I think me and you gonna be in each other's lives for a very long time. That's how you know somebody about to say some bullshit. I feel like I've heard that. When you hear that, when it comes from a guy, for some reason it means I don't want to be with you. I don't know why. I feel like I've seen this before. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Candace. I'm here with Confidential Talk. Today we are talking about that new episode of Ready to Love. Unfortunately, last week I wasn't able to do the recap because I completely lost my voice. So I tried to attempt to do the video and it was just trash. So yeah, that's what happened there. But this episode, I have a lot of commentary. I feel like this season definitely has put me through this roller coaster of emotions. Each episode I'm changing my mind and my perspective on each of the people that are involved in the show. So let's really get into it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Candace. I make videos about sex, love, relationships, all things vaginal health. Make sure you guys check out some of my other videos. They're great. Make sure you like this video and please comment below as we go along. Please let me know what you guys think about my commentary, what you thought about the episode. We're really getting down to the season finales next week. We're getting down to the wire. So I really want to know what you guys think, because sometimes when you guys comment, you guys may give me a different perspective of things. So yeah, make sure you comment below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel and become part of the Confidential Talk family. But yeah, let's get into this episode. We are at season 4, episode 11, Unfinished Business. So we start the episode off with AJ and Kyra, okay? He says there is no more fence straddling, okay? You are no longer ready to love. But he ain't letting her hand go, all right? I think in that moment, you could tell AJ actually really, really likes Kyra. And I feel like Kyra really, really likes Jason. It's just that but I don't know, she's never really clear on her feelings for AJ, but since we know that they kind of go back and forth sometimes, it got me kind of worried for AJ's feelings. He says with having this opportunity the second time around with Kyra, he doesn't want this to be the end of him trying to make it work. So then he flips the script and she ends up staying. Then Kyra kind of goes into this whole speech about how, she's taking this journey serious. She needs to know, once she chooses a husband, she has chosen her mate, okay? This is something serious for her. So she's not joking around. She needs more time to think and to deliberate. And, she does need all this extra time. You know what I'm saying? But end up, AJ changes his mind. She ends up staying, and that is that. And I think that was a good choice, because at the end of the day, I feel like the connection with him and Alexis may have been there, but we didn't see it. Okay, I never saw the connection with him and Alexis. I mean, we saw them have kind of intimate moments, but was it real? Was it really something you could really see yourself in a long-term relationship? I just feel like for AJ, he really just didn't want to hurt her feelings. He really actually probably cared for her and knew what great of a woman that she was, but she wasn't the woman for him. And I kind of felt that, just kind of looking at them two and kind of how he responded to her. I feel like he ain't answer your text or your phone calls. You know what I'm saying, girl? I knew right there. Whatever the case is, AJ changes his mind. Then we move on to the scene with him and Alexis. You can tell she's nervous. Then he grabs her hand and he says, I think me and you gonna be in each other's lives for a very long time. That's how you know somebody about to say some bullshit. I feel like I've heard that. When you hear that, when it comes from a guy, for some reason it means I don't want to be with you. I don't know why. I feel like I've seen this before. But I mean, obviously we knew what was gonna happen, that he was gonna go ahead and let Alexis go. But I mean, just starting off with that statement, I feel like Alexis probably should have known. At that moment, she probably knew, oh boy. But she said in the confessionals that she knew at that moment that he was going to pick her, and she was feeling confident about it. But he says, I don't know if I can be truly what it is you see. So now she's devastated and disappointment. And you know what? In this scene, I really felt like I liked Alexis. I know that she during this season she kind of seemed like she had like a lot of insecurities and she just wanted to be everybody's number one. And I do feel that way. She has a lot of like maybe self development that she needs to kind of go through. She just needs to grow in certain areas. But I definitely feel like she is the way she handles situations. She's so graceful and she's just so, you know, mature about how she kind of handles the situation. I do feel like she deserves someone great. I think Alexis has a lot of love to give, and I think she does deserve love, but I definitely see, you know, that she may have some growing to do. But I don't think that, you know, it doesn't mean she's not ready to love. I really feel like she just needs someone that loves her, you know, as much as she loves them. And I really don't want to see her settle just so she can be with someone. I think that was kind of like her biggest thing. She just wanted somebody to like, she just wanted to be everyone's number one. And I feel like that was really just her downfall. But other than that, I think she's so deserving of love. So, you know, at the end of the day, I think it was definitely the right thing for AJ to do because I really didn't see that really going anywhere. But I feel like for Alexis, I really just hope that she finds what she is looking for because I think girl deserves it. But like if you caught me a couple episodes ago, I was just not getting Alexis. She was just irritating to me. I just didn't get it. But I feel like I understand her now. I think that, you know, just like everybody else, she just got some areas to grow. That's all it is, y'all. That's it. Okay, so then we're going to the next scene. The ladies arrive to meet with Tommy. Kyra's the last one to walk in. Look at bad as always. I love me some Kyra, y'all. Listen, okay. And again, this is somebody that for a minute I was just like, oh my god, like, this girl. And now I'm just like, I really, really do like her. I feel like she's just her own woman. Like she just has her, you know, I don't know. I don't know why people don't like her, but I like Kyra. Whatever the case is, she walks in. Liz is confused. She's like, why you here? Okay. Still an opportunity for her to potentially take her man. She like, skirt, right here. Who made that decision? Who made the decision? Tommy says this is the week where you guys get a little bit intimate with your partner. Make sure this is something that you really can see long term, okay? And then he calls Amber out. He talks about, you know, get intimate and kiss and stuff like that. And then he's like, Amber, I know you know about kissing, boo. I know you know about kissing. I was like, damn, Tommy, can a girl live? I mean, and that's the thing. I will say, Tommy be doing everybody like that. He'll call you out, and he don't hold back. But, you know, I thought that moment was funny. Whatever the case is, so after Tommy leaves, Kyra comes out and says that she's pretty much, feel like that her and Jason has unfinished business. Liz did not like how Kyra made it seem like she was second choice. When Kyra was talking, I do feel like she was coming from a perspective of she has her own relationship with Jason. And instead of getting really frustrated with Jason, if you feel secure in your connection, that's great. But I wouldn't necessarily get frustrated with her because you don't know what kind of conversations Jason and Kyra has. So, I mean, he really could be leading her on. Which, you know what? This is what I really wanted to talk to you guys about. And I'm going to just tell y'all how I feel about Jason real quick. And I'll get to that later. But Jason definitely showed me a different side of himself this episode. I completely saw Jason as a totally different person this episode, and I feel like, you know, Kyra did as well too. And I don't know if you guys felt that way, like, oh, he seemed like the nice guy. And something about the conversation that him and Kyra had, which again we'll get to when we get to that point, but it just made me think differently about Jason. He's not as good as everyone, you know, thinks because he's king and queen and you're beautiful and he's just so chivalrous. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know. I'm not buying it, y'all. I really do feel like, you know, Kyra had every right to feel like they have unfinished business because, you know, clearly there is a lot that we're not seeing. And I do feel like the way Kyra was acting, they had a connection, okay? She wasn't just making that up. So I'm just saying. Whatever the case is, then we move on to Vernisha. So we move on to Vernisha and Joel's date first. They have a date at her place. Her lashes, y'all. And you know, I be having some rough lash days. But if you know you're about to be on TV, get them lashes together, girl. Get them together. Get it. I just don't like those. Like, she's so pretty, but like the lash choices she has is just not my favorite. But we're not here to talk about that. Her lashes, it was in my notes. I was like, stressing me out. Whatever the case is, Joe says she was never not his number one. And then he asks, where is this going? And so she says, well, actually, I'm gonna let you answer that. Where is it going for you? Like, how do you feel? And he said, we should keep this thing going, you dig? What? Am I talking to somebody in their 20s or I'm talking to somebody in their 40s? I'm just like, I literally cannot, I would not be able to take Joel serious, date Joel. Like, I just don't, like, I get it, the accent and the body, and he's really, you know, he's an attractive man, but like, I think that he's just, I don't know. I don't see it, y'all. I don't see it. But I do feel like I saw more of a connection with them two this episode than I have. Because I feel like he's just seemed real disconnected with Vernisha. And she seemed to be really into him. And he's thinking she's clingy, all this other stuff. But I just feel like, I just don't see them lasting long term. Like, I really feel like Vernisha needs somebody that's really more mature, that has better communication. You know, I mean, the things that he's asked this season. I mean, she asked him, where are you secure at? What's the definition of security? What? And then, you know, this, you know, where is this going? And then he said we should just keep this thing going. What? I don't know. Comment below, y'all. Please tell me what y'all think about that, because I don't get it. The three final couples are supposed to get into committed relationships. Is he saying, like, you know, let's keep moving forward to get into a committed relationship? Are we exclusive? Are we just dating? You know, there are levels. And that's the thing. I do feel like when you're actually talking to somebody, you discuss what level you're, well, not necessarily talking to somebody, when you're dating someone, I feel like you do discuss what level you guys are at. There's three stages, okay? Let's just make this real simple. There's talking, where it's not exclusive and you can talk to other people because you're just getting to know people, and you're just getting to know, you know, the specific person that you're talking to. Some people choose to only talk to one person, but I do feel like in this step right here, that you don't have to be exclusive, okay? You're just getting to know that person. You have no obligations, there's no commitments, there's nothing. Then you get to a point where you're like, oh, I really like this person, let's see where this can go. Then you're dating exclusively, okay? This is when you're not officially a couple, but you are exclusive with each other. You're not really dealing with anybody else. And I feel like this is a really good opportunity to really tell if this is somebody that you will actually be in a committed relationship with. And obviously there's a lot of other stuff too in that dating stage that you'll find out, but I feel like then you can you realize in the dating stage exclusively that you can be in a committed relationship. So those are the three stages, okay? So let's see where this thing go, you dig? I don't know where that falls into any of that. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Help me out. Comment below. Okay? So we're going to move on to the next scene. We have Jason and Liz date. She confronts Jason and asks if at the ranch, if Kyra picked him, would it had changed his decision? Would he have still picked Liz? And he said no, off the bat. He was like, no, I wouldn't change my decision. Liz, you have been consistent. You are pure. You are wonderful. You are graceful. You are, I mean, he just, he laid her out. Then he lets her know that he just needed to hear from the horse's mouth. He needed to hear from Kyra that she had made a decision, and the fact that she did make a decision, it made him feel like that she was being disingenuous. So at that point, he knew that he wanted to pick Liz. He already had known weeks ago, okay? That's what he told her. And then he gets up and wants to go grab Liz a surprise. He brings back Liz a single white rose, I believe, right? Please comment below. I think it was a single white rose. Let me see what my notes say. Yep. So he grabs a single white rose for Liz. And he lets her know beforehand that he's only given 2 out. He's given one to his mother and his stepmother, and you know, this is very special to him. It shows that, you know, because she is pure. And then, you know, he goes into, you are pure, okay? You are honest, you are genuine, you are loyal, okay, you are smart, you are beautiful. He didn't say all that, but you know, he goes into that and he kind of makes Liz cry. They have this really, like, you know, intimate, emotional moment, and I thought it was really cute. But I honestly, I just feel like Jason, I'm side-eyeing him right now, okay? I'm just side-eyeing him. I'm not saying that I feel like the best choice for him would have been Kyra. I do feel like it's probably for the best that it was Liz, especially because I feel like their communication, and I'm talking about Gyra. I'm talking about Jason and Kyra's. I feel like their communication was just, they just didn't get each other. I feel like it wasn't for them. Like, they shouldn't date each other. I feel like everything happens for a reason. I think the best choice was Liz for him, but whatever the case is, I don't trust Jason. But yeah, they have this whole intimate moment, and that was that. So now we're on to Chris and Amber's date, okay? So Chris off the bat asked Amber, you know, is there anyone else? And he pretty much blames it on the fact that he's been questioned about the kiss and the date with Ron, constantly by other people. So he just wants to clarify, okay? Amber, is it just me and you? You know, is there anybody else? So, you know, she wants to reassure him that, you know, they're good. It is only just him. She has chose Chris, okay? Now, I don't know what y'all think about Amber, okay? But I like Amber. I feel like she comes off as really quiet, reserved, good, just the, you know, she don't seem like she out here in these streets, okay? And I'm not coming for her about when I say that, but like, I feel like she is out here in these streets. She likes to have fun. I mean, obviously she's a professional. She does what she does. She works hard. But at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, she even said it herself last episode. Now, I wish I could have talked about it because last episode was good too. Last week's episode was good. I wish I could have talked about it. But, you know, she said sometimes, you know, she can be wild and she can do some things. She a little sneaky, okay? She a little sneaky. She a little out here. She a little fun. She, you know, like, my thing was, why would you have, even if Ron could get you in somewhere free, you know, and you doing blase blah with your friends, why wouldn't you tell Amber that in the first place if you knew, like, y'all literally was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like the whole thing around it. Like, she apologized. She definitely owned it. You know, she was owned when she owned when she was wrong. But I feel like, was the place, was it that serious that you needed to get it for free to be like what we're like? I just don't know. And then she made a comment to Chris last week about how you know, she kissed him back because, you know, she didn't want to embarrass him in front of his friends. And, you know, what I have to say about that is, fuck that, okay? Who are you to just often kiss me? But I will say sometimes in the moment, something happens, you don't have a quick reaction, you know. So I do, you know, I go ahead and cut her a break and say, you know what, maybe you just in the moment, she didn't know how to react, she just kissed back. But was the cameras rolling? But also, too, if the cameras wasn't rolling, why would you feel bad about embarrassing him? That's my thing. Like, I could see if it was on national TV and you didn't want to embarrass him in the moment, it was just caught you off guard. But like, if a guy kisses me and it's really unwanted, I'd be somewhere like, what are you doing? Skirt, like, what's happening here? What are you doing? Stop. Okay, so I didn't buy what she said last week, y'all. You know what I'm saying? She definitely didn't. I feel like she didn't owe Alexis anything because, you know, they're not like BFFs. They're not, you know, because I did see some people commenting like, Amber doesn't owe Alexis anything, da da da. But what about Chris? What about Chris? Because she dating Chris. Okay, she's in this process with Chris. I mean, she's not exclusive, but she on a goddamn show, for crying out loud, girl. Like, you gotta share these things, okay? What's happening? Whatever the case is, I don't know. But we're back to the date. She reassures Chris that, you know, there is nobody else. Chris breaks it to Amber that he's waiting to marriage to have sex. Okay? Oh my God. This scene, I think this is probably my favorite scene of the episode. Like, Amber's reaction was hilarious. He said he is trying to protect his sexual energy. For him to be giving it away to people is not deserving. Like, what is he doing? That's what he said. He said, listen, y'all. For him to be giving it away to people is not deserving. what would he be doing? Like, what? Why would he give all that sexual chocolate? Chris, back, okay? Y'all, tell me how y'all feel about Chris. Tell me how y'all felt about that moment. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with saving yourself to marriage, okay? And you have every right to pick and choose a reason to, you know, save yourself. I mean, whatever your reason is valid. Okay, that's your choice and that's your reason. It's 100% valid. You know, he don't want to give away his sexual energy to people. I just don't. He called it semen retention. I just don't. I feel like I just don't see Chris sexually. I feel like he's just one of those people, just like a good buddy, good friend. And I feel like a lot of the women have said that on the show about Chris. So I don't even know how he's made it to the end of this season. I really don't even know how he made it, because he literally really didn't have any other connections. He is literally the homie. So like, is he bad in bed? That's my biggest question. I feel like, you know, and there's nothing, like, again, you know, I'm not to judge, you know, if a man is the one saving himself, that means automatically he's bad in bed. You know, I'm not saying, I don't think that that's the case, but just specifically for him, I just didn't buy him saving his sexual energy. I feel like he's saving his self-embarrassment. Is that wrong, y'all? He can't say he gonna hold out, because he said don't count your boy out, okay? So he eventually gonna have sex with her, but between any time from now until maybe the reunion, I don't think he want to take that chance, because he might let your girl down, okay? And if that's the case, it might come out on television. He's not trying to go down like that. You know, he's also in the public eye now. You know, he does his radio show, so he ain't trying to go down on national television. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna save all that sexual energy, you know what I'm saying, until there is no opportunities. I mean, she still could put him on blast, but I doubt that she would be somewhere on YouTube making a video about how Chris sucks in bed, especially because she also holds a pretty good position, you know, doing what she does. So I feel like, you know, he probably wouldn't have to worry about that. He probably thought this out. He well thought it out, because he wasn't talking this shit last season, y'all. He ain't say nothing about being celibate, okay? Anyways, Amber's response was freaking hilarious. Then she goes, Amber, she says in the confessional, she's like, I know I ain't built a connection, and you mean to tell me I have to wait? Oh God, no. She said, oh God, no. Like, I ain't waiting. You tell me I ain't going through this whole process, and you telling me I have to wait? I was like, yes, Amber, we knew you was wild. You just keep showing the real you coming out, girl. Yes, say that shit. I like her. I like her. But, you know, I feel like she cool. I wouldn't be her friend, though. I just feel like she's sneaky. She's sneaky. I don't know. But, you know, she cool, though. I like watching her. She's very funny. And he was just saying, he was just like, I'm backed up. Oh, and then, I don't know, like, how y'all felt about this. He was like, he was just like, yeah, if I have sex with you, you might have twins, triplets. Like, who says that when they talk about, you know, potentially about to have sex again? Like, you know, you just automatically talk about having babies. Like, sir, calm down. Like, I can't do Chris. Like, that whole scene was just like, I just literally made this face the whole time. You backed up. Backed up. He was like, I'm backed up. Woo. Like, I don't get it, y'all. I ain't rocking with it. Anyways, and you know what? Again, I don't think Chris is a bad looking man. He's definitely not attractive. He's not my type, but he's, you know, he's not like bad looking or anything like that, but he just ain't smooth. But he's supposed to be, ain't his like name's like DJ Smooth or something? Chris Smooth? I don't know. I got that all messed up. That's probably not his name. But, you know, I was just like, I figured you'd be a lot smoother with this, but you're not. I was disappointed. Whatever case is, it looks like she was too. Okay. Moving on to the next scene, we have AJ and Kyra. They have their date. AJ is clearly into Kyra, and it's really stressing me out that Kyra is not giving him the same energy back. This is where I'm like, Kyra girl, you got chocolate over here that is like wanting you, but I feel like maybe he's a little too reserved, or maybe she's still just really too hung up over Jason. I don't know. But she asks AJ, where do they stand? And that's when I was just like, just kind of like he seemed a little frustrated with the question, like, girl, like you're the only one I'm pursuing. Clearly, I'm trying to be with you. She asks, does he feel like he made the right decision? So what AJ says in this part, I just, oh my God, my little heart melted, and I was just like him, girl, like him. Stop focusing on Jason. Stop focusing on little T. Leave that man alone. You got chocolate right here. So then he says, she asks him, does he feels like he made the right decision? He responds, and if you find yourself like regretting the decision, if you have to look back and think like, damn, what if, or I should have did that, or like what would have happened, then that's the direction that you should go in. Even if it's not the clearest, you know, or the brightest light at the end of the tunnel, if you don't have like a for sure this is gonna work out, I'm still going to take that route because I don't want to have any regrets, and I don't want to think what if, you know. And I really like that response because, you know, he was really being honest, and he was just being open, and he pretty much was like, I have this second chance and I don't want to miss out. Even if it doesn't work, I want to say that I did what I could to get you. I was just like, okay, I mean, he didn't say that, I'm paraphrasing y'all, but like, it was just, I really liked his response and his answer. And in that moment, I just really wanted Kyra just to like him. Like, just like him the way you like Jason. Stop giving Jason all that energy. I mean, he may be very chivalrous, but it's definitely something about Jason, and we'll talk about in this next scene, that just made me realize, like, there's something about him that is just off. Like, I just feel like he's a player for real, on the low. But in the confessionals, we find out that Kyra said that she still needs clarity from Jason. So boom. But then the ladies meet with Tommy again. Liz talks about how Jason made his decision weeks ago. She makes it very clear of the fact that, you know, Jason already knew that he was gonna pick Liz. Kyra laughs while she talks, and Tommy kind of like, you know, shuts that down. But, you know, I'm just like, girl, you got AJ. Stop worrying about Jason. It was really stressing me out. Kyra was stressing me out this episode. But Kyra brings up a point. But Kyra does bring up a good point. Why would Jason press her about giving him an answer if he had already made his decision? And that is really a good question, because what would be the purpose? If he already had made his decision with Liz, why would he keep pressing Kyra for an answer? So, I don't know. It's just like, again, that's a clear sign of he playing them games, okay? He either lied to Liz. He was trying to string Kyra along the whole time. Like, you know, if he had already had chose Liz weeks ago. So, I don't know. It just shows a lot about his character right there. That's just my opinion. And then I did like that Kyra said that, you know, she didn't say it, she didn't shift it to possibly the fact that Jason is lying to her or to Liz. She put it on maybe he is playing her, you know. So I did like that she came back and kind of cleaned that up. So it's not like she's saying, well, Liz, he lying to you because he told me this. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what, maybe he's just playing me. Like, he's probably being honest to you, girl, but this is my experience. This is what he's telling me. And I felt like that should have been really eye-opening for Liz. I feel like Liz was just like, I feel secure in my connection. He ain't saying that, da-da-da-da. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's blowing gas up somebody's ass and up everybody's ass, okay? Because Liz is literally like on cloud nine, not believing anything, and just like he's been pure and honest this whole time. Like, no, like that. He's not to be trusted, I'm telling y'all. So now we move on to Kyra and Jason's date. So in the confessionals, Jason says he feels like everything that needed to be said was said already. That he doesn't want to renege, but sometimes you gotta give people clarity, okay? And I really feel like that was just kind of like, okay, that was kind of rude, but you know, whatever. Because did you have that same energy when you was actually talking to Kyra? Just saying. So Kyra starts. She wants to check in. She found out through Liz that Jason said that he made his decision, had made his mind up weeks ago. She says, if you made up your mind, why wouldn't you tell me that? That's not what you were telling me. So then Jason goes, so much was said. To be honest with you, Queen, I don't remember what was said. Red flag. You know what you said. You've been literally... Anyways, don't get me started, y'all. Okay. He admits that he did tell her that, and he does admit that he told Liz that he made his decision weeks ago, and that was not true. So he said he apologizes for that. And he feels like Kyra does a poor job of sharing how she feels. He also asks her again in that moment, what do you want? So then she asks, you know, well, if I had changed my answer at the ranch pretty much when we were on our date, you know, would things have changed or things gone differently? And then he goes, no. And I feel like in that moment, it was because they were just kind of both frustrated with each other. I feel like Jason at this point, like he said, he doesn't want to renege. He made his decision already. I feel like he just wants to take control of that situation. And he wanted to hear Kyra say, you know, that he, you know, she chose him. And at the end of the day, I feel like she really did make it clear, you know, that that's what she wanted. But at the end of the day, everybody's communication is differently. And I think that, you know, from his standpoint, it's like, well, I never felt that from her. You know, her communication is not good. I have a hard time with her opening up to me. Whereas, you know, if someone else was talking to Kyra, they saw it differently. I think AJ definitely don't have that. He doesn't feel like that with her. So I don't know. So after him confirming that he would still chose Liz, she says, well, in that case, I want us to just stay friends. Then he says, thank you. And then he asks her, do you feel better? And again, I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like he just seemed like a player to me, honestly. He's not being real and genuine with somebody, and he's talking about how he wanted Kyra to feel this way. I feel like he just wanted Kyra to give up all her eggs and put it in his basket. And now I kind of see why Kyra didn't automatically do that. She says she's upset. And this is what made me realize how much she really did like Jason. And, you know, and that's how I really feel like there was something really disingenuous coming from his end, because she made this comment. She says, she's upset that the discourse between them allowed room for someone else. So the fact that they may have had like a bump in the road, or they may have had some arguments, or may have had something going on, or a miscommunication, allowed for someone else to just come in and take him. And I feel like, you know, in that moment she realized that it wasn't AJ, and she even said this in her confessionals, it wasn't AJ that she should have been scared of. Like she said, she thought that Jason of all people would have been the one out of AJ, you know, would have protected her heart. But it actually was Jason that she needed to be worried about, or she needed to be cautious about, because, you know, I mean, honestly, he just kind of seemed a little heartless at the end. He didn't really seem like... It was like he was smirking and laughing, and I don't know, like he wasn't laughing, but like it was just something about just his demeanor and the way he talked. You know, he took accountability, but he, you know, he kept calling her queen, and you know, I just feel like he knew at the end of the day, like how did you not know that she didn't care about you? Like I don't know. Maybe again, we didn't see a lot of their like personal interactions, so I don't know, but so yeah, she said in her confessionals that she thought Jason would be the one who would handle her heart with care, and she questioned AJ, and now she realizes it should have been the other way around. So yeah, girl, she really liked him. It was really clear. And then he was smirking. I don't know. I didn't like that. But so now they have their final dinner with Tommy. Everyone is having their own special moments. We see Vernisha and Joel share a kiss, and I was like, okay. I mean, it was like a little slight kiss, but it seemed natural. It seemed like it did seem natural, and it seems genuine. But honestly, I just don't see that working out. I really can't wait to see the reunion. You know, hopefully, I hope that they worked out. I hope all these couples work out. But at the same time, you just could kind of tell. You could kind of tell. But yeah, so that was interesting. Kyra is still hurt over Jason, period. I mean, it's just very obvious. And she's trying, but I do like the fact she is trying to put the focus toward AJ, but don't break this man's heart. Don't break this man's heart, girl. You know if you want AJ or not, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously you might like Jason more, but like, you know if you want to be with AJ. So I would just say, like, you know, quit the process now if you don't want to be with him, you know. And that's the thing, I don't know why she keeps saying that she just doesn't know. And maybe in that case I would be a little irritated too, you know, with you just constantly saying, especially at this stage of the process, that you don't know. So I guess that could be really frustrating, but you know, I don't know. I do not know. Especially, I'm about to say, especially for AJ, because I feel like for Jason, she did say multiple times that Jason was her number one. But yeah, Kyra is still having reservations about making a commitment with AJ. Tommy comes in and announces that everyone has to meet everyone's families. AJ in the confessional says it is too early for that. Okay, I'm really interested on what he is holding back. How is his family? What is he worried about? Because that reaction was like, damn, like, your family that bad? Like, he just seems so cool. Like, I don't know. Like, I just didn't expect that response from him. But Amber says she's nervous. She said, if you think I'm a lot, my family is a handful. And I can believe that. I definitely can believe that. And then Kyra says that she can't say yes if her mom doesn't say yes. Now, I would say, I definitely feel like, you know, for me, I want my family to like my partner. I think that is a huge contribution to, like, you know, whether or not we're going to be together or not. But at the same time, again, you know if you really want to be with this man. So stop stringing him along, okay? Because what Jason was doing to you when it came to Liz, potentially, if he knew weeks ago that, you know, he had chose Liz, but he keep asking you, what do you want, what do you want, you know, kind of like probably giving you to the idea that, you know, you guys had something special, okay? You're doing that to AJ, okay? Stop stringing this chocolate man along, okay? You know, like, she seems really complicated. She seems like you got to peel back a lot of layers, and ain't nobody got time for that, you know what I'm saying? If AJ want to be patient and do that, you know, kudos to him. But Kyra, girl, listen, goddamn, you know what you want, stop playing. Like, I think Jason had said that to her, you know what you want, stop playing. But that's my commentary for this episode. Please comment below, let me know what you guys think. Do y'all trust Jason? Like, did Jason show y'all a different side? I feel like he just gives me this, oh my god, and I'm not saying all poets are bad, but like, he just gives me this poet, you know, always smooth talking, got all the words. He might not even be a poet, y'all, but listen, like, he just got this smooth talk, shivery, and, you know, queen this, queen that. But watch your hearts, ladies. I'm really interested to see at the reunion what happened between him and Liz, or what transpires, because, you know, even Kyra made it, like, comment that, you know, he's a very sensual, sexual person, it seems like, and he told Liz that, you know, he's okay with waiting, but the conversations he had with Kyra is totally different, which I could believe that too, because he seems, like I said, he seems like a very sexual, sensual person. And I don't know, I'm really curious in how that dynamic is going to be if he if, you know, Liz makes him wait, and if he will wait. So I don't know, y'all. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Please comment below. Make sure you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.